If you have lifted your 2018 or newer 4-door JL Wrangler and now find that it's a bit tough to get in and out, these Jeep licensed by RedRock HD drop side step bars are a good solution for you, in addition to being a unique looking choice to set your JL apart with the hybrid design if you want more than the average side step. Now these steps take on a bulkier and more durable design than some of the other lighter duty choices on the page. If you also take your Jeep off-road, whether it's once in a while or all the time, and need an option that's going to protect the side of your Jeep from hazards on the trail or even just kick up on the street. Now what stands out most about this set though is that they are officially licensed by Jeep. If you either are looking to add some Jeep logos back into your build when upgrading, or you just like Jeep back product for the quality that it holds. Now this features a tubular and plated construction. The main bar, as well as the majority of the step, is going to have a tubular build, and then you get a plated kind of encased step here. They're also going to have Jeep stamped right on the front of each of the steps for a little bit of additional branded styling. Now the step also tucks very tightly into the rocker for some good coverage against any kick up, door dings in the parking lot, and other debris, especially if you're doing any off-roading, and it gives a clean look to the side of the Jeep and covers up that unfinished looking pinch weld very well. Now the steps also do drop down off of this top bar a good amount for great access, but they're not going to be too low, still maintaining some decent clearance out of a drop step while getting that additional help up into the cab. Now the step itself is roughly 5 inches wide for a good footing to get a good boost, or a reliable boost, up into the Jeep. And there are stamped cutouts or details on top of the step, which are going to help for drainage, as well as just add some extra traction in muddy or any wet or slippery kind of conditions. Now these are made of a heavy-duty steel plate and tube construction, which makes them more durable than other stainless or even aluminum options if you are looking for more of a heavy-duty build when it comes to a side step. The black powder coat on top protects the steel underneath from rust and any surface damage that could potentially expose that steel underneath, and it helps add more of a heavy-duty appeal to this setup. And again, you get that Jeep logo embossed right on the front for that high quality appearance. Now, these also come with all the powder coated steel brackets that you need for solid support, and all of the other hardware for a bolt-on modification free install. Now these are about $600, which makes them more of a pricey choice compared to the rest of the category. However, for good reason when you break it down. Now compared to more entry-level choices, these are a bit more unique with that hybrid build and a busier design if you want a little more character out of a step compared to something like a more simple running board style design. Now they also hold their own very well with that stout construction that I mentioned, and have the Jeep brand backing them, making them a quality choice for your Wrangler if those are some of the qualities that you're searching for when looking for a set of side steps. Now install is a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. As I said, this is a straightforward install. I would say about 1 hour per side, 2 hours in total, with some pretty basic hand tools to get the job done. However, at this point, I'm going to hand it over to one of our installers here. They're going to show you a detailed breakdown on how you can install these onto your JL at home. So that wraps it up for what I have to say. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install, you will need an impact, a ratchet, an adapter if necessary, 10, 13, and 16 millimeter sockets, and a 17 millimeter wrench. Today we're going to be installing some side steps on our Wrangler, so let's get started. Alrighty guys, so to get started, we're going to begin by installing our mounting brackets for our steps themselves. Now these are all labeled for their corresponding position on the vehicle. So we're on our passenger side, so we're looking for PF, PC, and PR. That's going to be passenger front, center, and rear. Now your center and rear brackets are going to be the same. The front bracket is going to have a distinct shape and a distinct support bracket. So you just want to grab the corresponding one with your front bracket. And then again, the center and rear brackets are both going to be the same. So we're going to get under there, we're going to install our hardware loosely, and then we're going to grab our steps and get those installed. Alrighty guys, so now we're underneath the vehicle, and we're underneath where our center mounting bracket's going to go. You're going to find 2 pre-drilled holes in your pinch weld and a threaded insert on the bottom of your body of your vehicle. And we've got our main bracket. We're going to line that up with that threaded insert. We're going to grab our provided 13 millimeter bolt with lock washer and flat washer. And we're gonna get this in. We just wanna get this hand tight for now. And once we've got that in, we're gonna grab our double stud plate that's gonna go through the front of our pinch welds, like so. Hold that in place. We're gonna grab our support bracket. Slide that in, line that up like so. Once we've got that in position, we're gonna get a flat washer and a lock nut on each one of these small studs. So now we'll do the same for this other one. Make sure your main bracket and support bracket are pretty straight with each other. And what we're going to do is get our provided through bolt, send that through our support bracket and through our main bracket. Then we can install our provided flat washer. And once we've got our flat washer on, we'll get our lock nut in place. And we're going to leave this loose for now. And once you've got this side assembled, you want to do the same thing for the other two brackets. Alrighty guys, so now that we have our bracketry in place, we're going to grab our steps. Now, to dictate which side is which, you're going to have this longer opening in front of your first step at the front of your step. So this is the passenger side. It's going to go on like so. We've got our mounting plates that are already on the step. We're going to grab two of our provided bolts and flat washers and lock nuts for each bracket. So we're gonna get this on, we'll get a couple in place just to hold it, then we'll get under there and show you how it's supposed to look. All right, so now we're back underneath the vehicle and we're gonna show you how your bracket mounting should look like for your steps. We've got our provided 16mm bolt and flat washer. Gonna get that in position. Send that through our mounting bracket, like so. And we'll get our other one in as well, just like that. Once you have both in, get your flat washer and lock nut in place on each of your bolts. And once you got these two in, you want to do the same thing for the other two brackets, and then we'll come back and start tightening everything down. Now once you have all of your hardware in, we're going to come in and start tightening our bracket and steps down. We're going to start from the top and work our way down. So we're going to start with our main mounting bolt, which is our 13mm. So we've got our 13mm socket on our impact. We're going to tighten that down. And what we'll do next is tighten down our two 10mm nuts for our support bracket through our pinch weld. So we've got our 10mm socket on our ratchet. We'll do the same thing for this nut. And then for our support bolt and our two main mounting bolts, we're going to grab our 16mm socket for our bolt head and our 17mm wrench for our lock nuts. It's going to kind of pull everything in place. And if you need to make any adjustments to your steps, now would be the time. We're going to get these nice and level on our bracket. And once you got this first one all tightened down, you can do the same thing for your other two brackets. Now once you got this side installed, you can do the same thing for the other side. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our Jeep licensed by RedRock HD drop side step bars for your 18 to current Jeep Wrangler JL 4-door. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.